Well, what you just witnessed was, or what you're going to witness is just, we would call this Muscle Matters. We'll call it a Jesus rant. Just a real simple
Yeah.
rant about how good God is. Hope you guys enjoy it.
It was Wednesday, and I was supposed to go to church. And and I did, but my wife and my kids, she was like, hey, a couple of the kids aren't feeling well, so I'm not going to go. Like, you go ahead and go. And so I got there, and then Tom wasn't there, right? And I got there at 6. He normally gets there at 6, or he's there before me. So it's like 6:15, and I call him. I was like, hey, are you coming? You know, like, whatever. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm just in traffic. I was like, oh, okay, because I was going to leave. So he comes, and it was a very different night, right? So normally it's like they do 3 songs, announcements, another song, and then sermon, right? Last Wednesday, it was just all worship, right? They said a couple words, but like God spoke to me in the worship when I was like, this is cool, because Tom was like, let's just worship. Let's not try to talk like while they're doing the work. Because normally like we'll have a little conversation and just kind of do our thing. He's like, let's just worship because we both need it. I was like, okay, cool. We'll do it. And then as we're worshiping, there was like 2 specific words God spoke to me. And one of them, it was like a word picture. The first one was a word picture. And it was like about like no matter what happens, like say like you fall down, like it was like picturing like my kids, right? Like God's like view of like us as children. And it was like, okay, say my kid like falls down and they smash their face in or they skin their knee. I'm not going to stop loving them. I'm going to love them even more, pick them up and hold them and let them know everything's going to be okay. Daddy's got you, right? And so it was cool to see, okay, like this is how God looks at us. Like Daddy's got you.
It's funny you said that's how I like, I've had to check myself because I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
right.
a grown man. Like, I'm grown. I take care of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way.
And then it's like, hey, God, I got another question. And I have to, and that's the point. It's how I view myself. It's, I'm his child.
Yes.
I am his child. Yes. And if my child asks me for something, all right, I'll get it.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. And
without question.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like you said, they mess up. You're like, oh, go sit in the corner. All right, you want some French fries?
Yeah.
It's you don't stop loving. You just like, okay, cool. I said I'll get it. Don't peace. Be cool. Her son, his basketball court fell over. It's all bent up. He said he got all A's on his report card. I said, show me the report card and I'm buying me a rim. And he's like, I forgot it. I go, show me the report card. You get a new rim. So and it's the same way. Like God, just okay. I want to do that for you. Show me.
Yeah. Yeah. So the second word I got was like, as I was worshiping, a song came on and it was, this is how I fight my battles, right? On my knees, right?
I told you my song story, right?
No, I want to hear this. I want to hear it. Let me finish and then I'm going to, because I do want to hear it. And there's been multiple times where I needed to get a hold of God. And like, for some reason that song like keeps coming back all the time. But like God reminded me, like, remember this time like 5, 6, 7 years ago or whatever? And it's been multiple times that it's happened. And you were so stressed out. You thought it was the end of the world. And I met you where you were at and I took care of you, provided for you then. Like, why do you think I'm not going to do it now? It's like, you're right. You've never once let me down. Right?
Amen. Yeah. So it's kind of like what we were talking about. Music.
Yeah.
So I was cleaning my room. And I distinctly put on, this is when I'm still borderline. I'm still loving God, but I'm still deep over there.
Uh-huh.
And I put on the hip hop station, 869. I still know what the numbers are. I could do it. 869. I typed in 869 and it went to the gospel station.
Okay.
And I went, no. And I went to type it in and it just, we always say something said.
Uh-huh.
Something said, no, just wait a minute. I was, all right, cool. And same thing. Have all kind of things going on in my life, situations, and it was just bad point in my life, and it was just bad. And I left it on, and the song had nothing at all to do with nothing on Paula, nothing about nothing. You hear a message and like, oh, that message wasn't for me. I'm gonna go eat McDonald's after church. It just wasn't your message.
Uh-huh.
And then there are messages that are like, that's my message.
Yeah.
So once again, something said, don't change the channel. Because I had the remote back in my hand. I was ready to put on some hip hop because I was getting ready to get busy cleaning my room. So I put the remote back down. I said, okay, one more time. And I turned around and I started cleaning my room. And that song has been my mantra ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And it came on, and it was called Let Go and Let God. I believe his name is Damian Woods or Damian Woods, something D Woods. And it had everything to do because I'm always trying to do, I'm a do it myself. And it's, the bodybuilding is do it myself. Everything's me. I don't depend on anybody. I'll be the last one to ask for help. I'll look at people. I'll drown in the water before I call you to come help me. It's just my personality. It sucks, but that's my personality. I can do it.
And simultaneously, you probably drop everything to go help anybody else too. Yep.
Yes.
I'm the same way. That's why I know.
And that song, Let Go and Let God, when I was just like, that's my song. He wanted me to hear that. He's telling me to let go. And that moment was my walk. And I've never walked away from Jesus.
Yeah.
But it was my walk to Jesus. Like, I know he's always been the footprints in the sand. I know he's always carried me through my hard spots.
Yeah.
But this was me literally going, Father, you got it. And the thing that was going on, I put it down, and I've told people all the time since that moment, I'm just a bus rider. I'm no longer the bus driver. I tell people, I'll push the button like, hey, that's my stop. Hey, driver, that was, all right, so we're going to keep going? Cool. But I don't have problems, and I've gotten, man, I'm 50, and I'm still have issues, but I've gotten so much better at just going, so we're going somewhere. Like what I was talking about with the cars. Been driving me crazy.
Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Why isn't this happening? Bang, bang. I was like, you're funny, big guy. You're funny. And it was just when it came forward, it was a he's never going to put you in a stressful situation.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I love. Last Saturday, we were moving around, and my dad had said, hey, bring Priscilla by. I want to kind of give her a quasi Bible study. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm rushing to get out the house. Everybody's dragging their feet, and I'm rushing to get out the house. And I'm feeling that impatience part of me kick in, and I'm going, just breathe. And the funniest thing is I walked in to a young man that I ended up ministering to. He wanted to be a bodybuilding. He wanted to do Christianity. And if I had pushed and yelled and screamed, would have set the table wrong. Because I was more concerned, I want you to get here because we're going to talk about this today. That was my big push. And it was, I walked in, and there's this young man, and my dad goes, he's never here on Saturday. And I was like, I'm not. I just came by because of what we talked about.
Yeah.
I looked at the guy and go, I'm never here. And I spent about an hour just sitting down with him. And he and his wife, and we just went back. Their son's name is Messiah. How cool is that?
That's
cool. A cool name.
It is.
I was like, oh, memo.
Right.
But it was.
Note to self.
And it was just, I'm just never in the building on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And it was, God just kept, and it was, I'm blaming the devil, but it's God going, no. I have something for you to go to later.
Yeah.
And I'm testing your patience to make sure that you're able to be there. And I walked in, and I'm like, the first thing I saw when the guy was in there, I was like, and then took a deep breath, and he and I started talking, because that wasn't why I went to the store. But God had another reason. And he said, it's been an hour, and we just talked about Jesus and working out.
That's cool. That's super cool.
So it's like you said, God is just an amazing, amazing individual.
Yeah.